I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by my co-host with Harrison Bader like hair,
Yeah, it's a weird ordeal. Katie is just proving to be childish.
which is why I don't feel I would give $5 million to Jack Campbell.
I don't know. Baseball is one of those sports where anyone who makes the playoffs really can be a contender.
I think the Padres definitely do it.
I don't think Donovan Mitchell gets traded.
Kyrie Irving does have the track record of not being a great locker room fit, or even good locker room fit.
Bader got some luscious locks. I gotta say it.
This is Zach Bigley, the broadcaster for the Frisco Rough Riders, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin. You guys better subscribe.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. We're not going to be talking about the finals right now. I'm Kevin, and I'm joining the man that knows what he's going to do next, but we don't know about what Chris Paul is going to do next.
Austin. Yeah, this is a very weird situation. A Suns team that will eventually do a video on Monty Williams and all the other coaches that have been let go, but it just felt like an awkward situation. Chris Paul getting hurt in the Nuggets series did not help them. And it seems like they put a lot of blame on Paul and Monty for these moves being made. Now, obviously, Chris Paul could re-sign, but do you want to with a new head coach, probably a new system, when you could probably sign a cheaper deal somewhere else?
That's a good point. When I saw the headline, I saw they're gonna waive him, but he could sign back. So is he gonna do him a favor? Because what's his contract look like now?
Let me check.
I'm looking it up too. I should have had this pulled up. But to me, I thought his contract was pretty bad once he got older, but they're like, it'll be fine. Yeah, so he signed a 4-year, $120 million.
He gets paid next year 30.8, and the year after that 30. Now, when you get bought out in the NBA, you still get paid that amount of money, but it's just over a larger period of time, and not all of it's attributed to cap.
Okay.
Cap is what I would say, not cap.
So
cap.
Do they free up $30 million?
No, because they're still gonna have to pay something.
Okay.
So it's probably like they'll pay $5 million next year, or something.
So does it free up cap space?
Yes.
How much cap space?
A pretty good amount.
Okay.
I need to see how they adjust it, because you have to pay the guy that much, but it depends on how. Like it's the like Blake Griffin, right? He's still getting paid from the Pistons, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like delaying. All right, that makes and by the way, for the people, he signed this. I believe they signed this new deal after they went on the run. No.
Yes, it was after the finals appearance in 2021.
Because he was the head of like the CBA, to where you could give a max contract to someone above 35.
Yeah, and while this may not be a good contract signing, I don't understand why you couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know why before, but LeBron and him changed it, and then I believe they both signed like max deals.
I think that was just because owners don't like to pay players money and all, but
yeah, it's fair. But they worked it out.
Yeah,
and they benefited significantly from this. So he signed a 4-year, $120 million deal, thinking they're like, we'll deal with it, because that's when he had a resurgence, and it was in his contract year, so that was good.
Yeah, people were legitimately having MVP talk about him. Yes. His first year.
Because it was 2 years of he was so great on the Thunder, and then he went to the finals with the Suns.
Yeah, he was 5th in MVP voting.
Wow. Okay. I did not know that. So then he would be if they didn't do this deal, he'd be a free agent at 40. But so it makes sense, because they really only they have that mega deal to Ayton. So I thought it'd be kind of a quid pro quo, where they're like, "Hey, we'll pay you, but we'll cut you and sign you to a cheaper deal." Because on a cheaper deal, I don't think he will live up to this contract just because of injuries and age. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think I said that when he went to the Thunder or something.
Yeah, but it's understandable, and I do think a big part of this is the fact that their exits, at least the past 2 years, have been extremely disappointing. Obviously, the Mavs destroying them at home in Game
The
7.
apology letter, man, those were good times.
Yeah, and then obviously what happened this year with injuries and all the other stuff, it just didn't seem like anything was going to work out. And Chris Paul is a known LeBron friend, and
Yes.
I don't know why if he's already getting paid this money, because you are getting paid this money when you get bought out. Why wouldn't I just go to the Lakers? They need a point guard.
Well, because Kyrie's going to the Lakers.
Are you manifesting that, or do you?
No, I'm not manifesting that. I'm just prepared for it when it happens. Because I do like the idea, though, in our group chat, that said Kyrie could be a Sun. I was like, that could happen.
No, I think it's a real. I think Kyrie may go to the Suns and Chris Paul may go to the Lakers. I think that's a serious possibility.
Okay, that's fair. But the Suns have to do a sign and trade, right? Or no?
That's where you bring up the question: how much do they free up in cap space?
Because I feel with the Lakers, they can't give Kyrie the deal he wants without working with the Mavs, which is what I want.
Yeah, I think the Suns may be able to. May. I need to look back at they changed the CBA rules and all that other stuff this past year, so I'll have to relook at all that stuff. But and as we get closer to free agency, that'll definitely be a hot topic. But I don't know. If they have to.
Dang it. Because I am surprised too that they blame Monty and they're blaming Chris Paul. I thought the guy that was going to be blamed was DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, and I do think he deserves some of the blame, and I also think part of the blame is the fact that they're a new team. Like when you trade for KD, your structure completely shifts from what they were before.
And they devastated their depth and future.
Yeah, and you could win with less depth, but not in a shortened season. Not shortened in the scope of the season was actually shortened, but they did. It was a mid-season trade. They did not have much time to acclimate themselves to the new lineup and the new system.
Like now they could do it because, especially if they free that money from Chris Paul. Because
if Kyrie joins KD in Phoenix with Devin Booker, we have some serious problems in Phoenix.
Yeah, because Devin Booker would require a third guy, and then they would just have to sign depth. They would just need, and you keep Ayton, but they probably move Ayton and get depth that way, which I don't think is a bad idea. Trading Ayton.
No, if they could sign Kyrie and then trade Ayton, that would be especially huge for their title chances.
Need to do a sign and trade with the Mavs and bring Ayton to Dallas.
I've heard some Mavs fans that wouldn't be all that happy about that.
I don't know how I would feel about it. I probably wouldn't like it, but he'd be an upgrade over Dwight Powell. Or no?
I mean, chemistry is a real thing. We'd have to see how Ayton plays and how he fares in a big market.
That's fair. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it because he is a good center and he's still young. Like he's 24, right? Ayton?
Let me check. DeAndre Ayton is 24, but he'll turn 25 easily before he's 24 in 320 days, so he'll turn 25 before the season starts.
Okay. But yeah, that's just me. I just want something back from the Kyrie deal because that would be devastating if he left. This is all I've been thinking about. I'm like, man, just if we have to sign him to stay, I'm cool. I've made my deal with it. But on the Suns, like it'd be cool if they brought Chris Paul back. But Chris Paul could go to the Lakers and it's one last hurrah, and the Lakers could probably give him more money, right?
I don't know about
What?
too much more money, but they would be able to offer him that opportunity with a friend in a place that he wanted to play for back in 2012 when he got traded, but obviously it didn't work out because of David Stern. So
Yes.
I would think it'd be an interesting, very interesting team. A really old team, too. A team that you would have to blow up after the year because LeBron may leave because of Bronny. Because I believe that LeBron wants to play wherever Bronny does.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier to move easier to move LeBron at 39, or I guess 40 after the season ends, than Bronny, because you know that Bronny's going to get you Braun, probably.
Yeah.
But that team would be extremely old. I would want to make a prediction now, not big prediction, but it's either he comes back or he doesn't. So we're not saying does he go to the Lakers, does he go anywhere else? Just does Chris Paul suit up in a Phoenix Suns jersey next year? Yes or no?
I'm gonna go no. I think also, what happens if some team's just like, hey, we'll give you $30 million?
Well, I don't think another team would do that because mainly he's getting paid that $30 million. I think this is when Chris Paul goes cheap to a team that
Okay.
will help him winning, because you're not going to get many more chances like this. This may be the last time he's on the market with some value.
May I ask for your thoughts on this team that I don't think has been considered, and that I'm considering, and he fills a role with this team.
I know exactly who you're thinking of.
Who am I thinking?
The Boston Celtics?
Ooh, okay. All right. We've been doing the show long enough. We have that mental chemistry.
Yeah,
That'd be a good move.
Yeah, I do think it would allow Marcus Smart to still handle the ball a little bit because he was doing good as a point guard. But man, that would be an interesting collaboration, especially if
That would
Jaylen
be
Brown
such-
stayed.
It'd be such a good, because they already have Brogdon, because they made the trade for Brogdon for playmaking, and they still had the same problem, playmaking.
Yeah, because Brogdon's not really a great passer. And the problem really with the Celtics is the fact that they're extremely disjointed, because Tatum needs the ball in his hands and Brown needs the ball in his hands and Smart likes to facilitate, so it really doesn't work out for no one can eat, or not everyone can eat the amount that they need. So having a Chris Paul, a veteran leader who is easily one of the best passers in NBA history, will definitely alleviate some stress from those top end guys.
Yeah, and I think Jaylen just couldn't really keep the ball in his hand. He seemed to be turning over the ball a lot more against the Heat. And like Tatum struggled with turning over the ball in the finals last year.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely would be extremely intrigued by a move to a lot of places, but Celtics, Lakers, two hot rivals, I think would be very interesting. And I'll agree with you that I don't believe he returns to Phoenix, because this is pretty disrespectful thing to say after he was a major reason. I don't think anyone considered the Suns as true finals contenders when Chris Paul went there. And what he did for the team was easily
it was great.
Easily some of the most valuable additions in their history.
Were they the number one seed that year? They had to be, right?
I don't think they were. I'll check.
Or was it the year after? No, they weren't the year after. Who were they?
No, I think they were the one seed the year after.
Okay.
Yeah, because 21-22 they were the number one seed, but the year before that they weren't, because they weren't even the first in their conference.
Oh,
or the first in their division, I should say. They were second in the West.
Okay, they were
the Jazz were the one seed that year.
Oh yes, I remember now. Yeah, the Jazz.
And the Jazz played against the
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh,
the
was
Jazz,
this what...
I think lost to the Nuggets in the second round. I think the Nuggets got swept. But yeah, so okay, we're in agreement. We'll see how this turns out. But yeah, I'm very intrigued. It's weird. Because he was so great, but I think injuries. But like he dealt with injuries before he went to Oklahoma City, and then he figured it out. So maybe he does it again. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to add a lot to a team his first year there. It just, can Chris Paul finally win a ring? And I think that's what he's going to be looking forward to doing instead of money.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's all we got. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.